without you knowing about it, because you are very, very important stakeholder. And in our interactions with various stakeholders, CZI, you name it, we actually said we would want to get their ideas on how we can de-dollarize without paying. What we have said is the central bank is that we don't want 2030 to be an event. We don't want to get to 2020 to 2029 December and announce that with effect from tomorrow we are all going to be using US dollars. We want it to happen seamlessly without pay. And on our part, we have said we will try and follow the transacting pattern. When I came into the central bank, we had 20% transactions happening in ZIG, in local currency, and 80% in USD. Now we have 30% and 70%. And the signal that we sent through the mandatory policy statement was us tweaking the surrender requirements to say, if we are now 30% local currency and 70% USD, maybe the surrender requirements should also be like that, so that we gradually get to a state where by 2030 we surrender 100% because there will be no need for us to retain US dollars anymore. But that is only one piece of the jigsaw puzzle. We want to work together with you, the parliamentarians, with all the stakeholders, to come up with a well-coordinated, well-strategized de-dollarization roadmap that will get us where we are. This is not just the responsibility of the monetary authorities. It's everyone's responsibility to ensure that we go back to our local currency by 2030, but we do so seamlessly. When we introduced the targeted finance facility, it was meant for the productive sector, and ordinarily the retail sector is not the productive sector, but because of the challenges that we were made aware of, we then decided to extend the targeted finance facility to the retail sector. And I am pleased to say a number of retailers have already accessed to that facility or have had it approved and are awaiting drawdown. Then finally, in your letter, you wanted us to address the interest rate policy. When the Monetary Policy Committee comes up with the policy rate, they are guided by future inflation. We have heard complaints that the current policy rate at 35% is too high, but the people who are saying that have not quite analyzed the fundamentals. I am on record, honorable members, for saying that we have not had year-on-year inflation on ZIG since April, because ZIG is a new currency. What we have been having is month-on-month inflation. I think we had some months where we had negative inflation, then we had October where it went up to 37, then it went down, and as at February, we are on 0.5%. Those are month-on-month inflation figures. Our own calculations are saying that when we have the first year-on-year inflation in May, we're going to start at a figure of about 70%. So, if we are saying that is the starting point, 70% inflation, 35% policy rate, clearly we are in negative territory. But that's not how we look at the policy rates. We look at forward inflation. Our projections are that we are going to end this year at a ZIG inflation year-on-year of between 20 and 30%. So, if you then look at, let's say it's 30%, then the policy rate is 35%. Is that too high? We need positive interest rates. So, from where we sit, we think the policy rate is properly pegged. But, be that as it may, the Monetary Policy Committee meets once every quarter, and they review the fundamentals as they are. If our projection of year-on-year inflation for ZIG turns out not to be what we think it is, there's always room for us to check that rate based on the information that will be available at that time. So In a nutshell, Honorable Chair, I hope we have addressed the issues that you asked us to comment on, but I know members will have questions, and we are happy to respond to those questions. Thank you.